Showcase!
Showcase.
Showcase!
Showcase. 5 words. Exhilarating. Intense. I would say dancing, sweaty, and happiness.
Adrenaline, energy, pep assembly, fun and colorful.
I've been dancing for 4 years now, and I've done every showcase that happened in those 4 years. So basically, I've done 7 of those.
Oh my goodness, I've been dancing for 7 years. In January was this month it was 7 years, and I've done one a year.
I've been dancing since September 2017, so 2.5 years now. About showcases, I've done 1, 2, 3 showcases.
Total, I've started when I was 2, so I have about 22 years of dance experience. Ballroom, I've been here for 2 now, so 2 and 2 line up. And I've done, I think this is going to be my 5th showcase. So,
Well, my favorite thing is that everybody dresses up. Beautiful dresses, beautiful dancing. All the pros, all the very advanced people, you can see them dancing and you can get ideas. And it's so beautiful to be part of the Arthur Mary family.
Being on the bigger floor.
honestly, getting all the schools together and just kind of, for me, I love the solo aspect of it because it's all the schools really see the talent that comes from every studio. Because it goes from sometimes people that just started about like 2 or 3 months ago to students that have been there for 10 years, and they're all out on the floor doing a routine, and you get to kind of see that progression, but also the creativity, because every student's got their own different take on things that you don't know. One student might go out there and do something that you might expect, and another student might go out there and you're just like jaw dropped staring like, what did I just see, and can I see it again? Like James once went out in an inflatable T-Rex costume and performed. So like, once again, you never know what you're gonna get.
Showcase is the day you have the opportunity to dance all your dances that you've been working on and stuff all in one day. So I'm a big guy that I like to go, when I dance, I like to dance. And Showcase is the one opportunity where I can do all my dances and I can just dance myself out and get tired at the end of the day and say, oh, I can, you feel good about yourself and you feel like you pushed yourself to see how comfortable you are with each of your dances. Because mainly in the studio, in the lesson, you're only doing 1 or 2 or 3 dances and stuff, and you can really focus on those. But in Showcase, you have so much things to do, so much things going on that, you really have to trust yourself and what you learned so far to go out and dance, because you don't have time to think, because they come at you so fast and stuff, and the day moves pretty fast. So it's a nice feeling to go and not have to think about it and just go and dance. So
I've done multiple of them, and I can honestly say they're probably one of the most fun events you can do, because like I said, every school's there together, you're all out there dancing, you're cheering each other on, and you get to do all different kinds of dances based on what you want to do. So
it was exhilarating. I think I've never danced that much in one day. So, and I did 50, my first showcase, I did 50 rounds or heats, 50 heats, that's more appropriate. So that was a lot of dancing. Usually you're dancing about 7-8 hours in one day and stuff. And usually in the studio, I'm only here an hour or 2. So it really pushes you in your endurance and stuff. And I think it's wonderful.
I have participated every single time. I've done my heats, and then I've done solo too, and I love both of them. I think when we do our heats, that's more like doing our dances, knowing judges are judging us and they're going to give us critique. But when we do solo, it's like performing on a big, huge floor, which is not like our studio. It's like lots of schools are watching us, and lots of judges are watching us, and we have to show our best. So it was a good feeling. I think everybody should go for that.
Well, anybody can participate at any level. You can be just a beginner and you participate as a beginner. The great thing is that your judge, they have judges, they are actually critiques. So then you get ideas of what you need to improve on. And so that's why I love to go to because they're really good critiques.
Whew, God, how do I count that? A lot of people. All of the schools have tons of people. How do I count that? I can't count that, but there are a lot of people.
At least 300.
Typically, see, there's 12, like 10, 12 studios there, and each studio takes about 20 people, so 200, yeah, easily 200, 250, even more people at Showcase. So it's a big event.
Hotel ballrooms. They're nice big settings that a lot of room to dance and a lot of room to practice if need be.
So the one in Chicago is held downtown, which is beautiful, big stained glass windows. That's my favorite one. Chicago's always my favorite one. And then Rosemont, it's another banquet hall, and it's also lovely and stuff. They're bigger, so they get you out. The studio's smaller, so when you're in there, the floor is bigger. There's more people, so it just kind of feels more over the top. It feels like a special occasion, and it really kind of pushes you to to dance better and kind of like give it to your best because you're on a bigger floor.
I wear my ballroom gown, I wear my nicest rhythm dress, whatever I have the best. I mean, I've collected some dresses which I love to show off on ballroom floors, so yeah.
You really want to wear appropriate attire for ballroom dancing, so the Latin stuff, Latin gear for men, ballroom dresses for women, Latin dresses for women. So women tend to have more costume change. I mean, they have to change a lot more because they have a lot of things. Guys can get away with changing a shirt, keeping the same pants. Usually it's all black for men. But if you have, if you don't have ballroom attire, any appropriate kind of formal dressing that you're comfortable, comfortable dancing in and stuff, is always recommended. I always recommend a vest and at least one tie so you can do smooth. And then once you get to the Latin, just take off the tie. So you'll be good.
Oh no, you can wear a cocktail dress or something because there's usually a theme. So you wear, like this year is going to be the 90s. So you dress as part of whatever your team is going to be wearing.
Talk to your teachers and get involved to kind of see what you want to do. Not everyone's up for a solo, but you can do where they have the heats and you're on the floor with a bunch of students. So
well, you have to speak to your instructor, and then they'll have to figure out a game plan of what dances you want to do at Showcase. So there are different heats of all the dances, going from waltz, tango, foxtrot to all the specialty dances like salsa, Argentine tango, bachata, and then you figure out a plan how many heats you want to do. So they range, I believe, from 10 to 100 if you want. And then you sign up for that, and then they sign you up with your main instructor. You usually primarily do most of your dances with the main instructor, but they do also put you with your secondary and third instructors and stuff. So you get to dance a little bit with everyone, and then and then you get all kind of like a syllabus when you get there of all the rounds you're going to be in and what instructor you're going to dance it with, and then they'll call it out when it's the round, or your instructor will find you. And you get on the floor, and then you go and dance. So.
Satisfaction and a good feeling inside me, and other than that, I get to know what do I need to improve on and what are the things that I work more on to improve my dance, because my teachers judge me all the time, they teach me all the time, but then when it comes from a different judge or a different person who's been watching students dancing on floor all the time, I get better critique, and they look at me all over, not just through my teacher's eyes, through their own eyes when they've judged a lot of people. So I get to learn a lot from their critique, yeah.
Confidence, honestly, I think that's the biggest thing. That things I thought I couldn't do about a month or two before, I can go out there and show that, hey, look at how much I've grown.
Showcase is a nice point in the year, or an end point to see your progress. I think it's a progress check. There you go. It's a progress check to see where you are in your dancing, and it gives you a really good picture of where your dancing is, what you're comfortable doing, because a Showcase, because everything's happening so fast and you really have time to think, you're able to judge yourself. It's like, how well have I learned all the material and what's sunk into my body, the muscle memory and stuff. So it's a good thing to know what you really know and what you don't know. Because in the studio, when you're in lessons and stuff, you have 3 or 4 minutes to actually think, okay, what's this figure, this, and I got it. But then when you're out in the real world, it's like, what's that figure again? And Showcase, I think, gives you a good measure. It's a good measuring stick of where you are.
Uh, memorable. Well, I remember once, actually, I don't know if it was really, yeah, where they had fixed my dress, but the bottom part was too long, and I was dragging it, and I was, bumping into my partner was stepping on it. It was a disaster. Luckily, our manager had a lot of pins, safety pins, and we pinned them.
All of it is fun, but to be with my whole group morning to evening and to get up early in the morning and to get my hair done and my makeup in the morning, that's fun for me. That always is fun for me. Everybody knows that. And then starting dances early in the morning, and then dances through, and then all day dancing. It starts with smooth, and then lunchtime, and then rhythm, and all that. But the most fun part is it makes me too tired by the evening, but I still feel fantastic inside me. I feel like I've achieved something. I've done something really well that I've always wanted to do. So it's always fun to be with my whole team and to be with other schools, and then dinner time is fantastic. We have so much fun at dinner time. But the best part through that whole day is the pro dances that I watch in the night that teaches me so much. I see so much in those dances. I look up to them, and I feel like I can improve a lot just seeing those pro dances on the floor.
I think the most fun, memorable thing that happened was my solo with Reese last time for the Tango. It was such an adrenaline kick, and I just loved it so much because you could hear the audience just kind of like feeling our energy and really kind of interacting back with us. And the fact that I didn't realize I almost fell out of that dip till I looked back at the video. So knowing that I survived.
And then we have cocktail hours, we have dinner, and then a beautiful show and competitions among the instructors and shows from the instructors. They always bring some champions, world champions.
The favorite time of showcase was when I'm on the floor and I'm doing my open routines, and you get the look from different instructors or different students from the floor, and then you get off the floor and people come up to you. It had several times. They come up to you and it's like, oh my goodness, what was that? Like, your triple swing is amazing. That bachata is out of this world. I think that having that feedback, having just people excited to see you dance, and they're like, oh my goodness, you're so good, or it's I don't know, it's the interaction with people. I think that's the best thing. I've had many people approach me at Showcase, and I always look forward to that, talking to people and talking, and they're asking me, because I've been here a while now, and they're like, hey, I think you're awesome and this and this, great to meet you. So it's very flattering, it's an ego booster, and I love it. I love getting to talk and kind of be a part with of the other studios too, and just kind of the whole Arthur Murray family, just being the whole experience. That's what I love about it. So
I would ask everybody to go to Showcase, because when we dance here in our studio or sometimes in Oakbrook, that's a good feeling, but we're so accustomed to dancing on this floor on our own. It's like you're doing something at your own place, but when you go on a different floor, on a bigger floor, and a lot of judges are watching you, it's a whole different feeling, and it gives you confidence. It gives you a chance to show what you have, what you've learned in front of other people. I would ask everybody. I mean, when I started, Luke encouraged me to go for the Showcase, and I didn't even know what a Showcase, and I was like, no, I'm comfortable just dancing on this floor. But then he said, okay, why don't you just come and watch that? And I went there just to watch it without me participating in any of the things. But when I saw the whole vibe, the whole environment, it attracted me so much that I just told Luke, I'm going to go for Showcase next time. And when I went there to actually perform, I felt great. And since then, I've been asking all of my friends and everybody who are dancing here, I just ask every one of them to go and be a part of the Showcase, and you'll feel so good that you would love to go and dance there.
yes, I would recommend attending Showcase, because it's a good, not only good measuring stick of where you are in your dancing, but it really gets you out of your comfort zone. Because when you're around that many people, you're on the floor with about a dozen or 2 dozen people at a time, it really pushes you to get better and stuff. And you're doing a lot more dances than what you do at a metal ball or another event, where you're just doing one routine and you do some like open dancing, which is fun and stuff like that. But Showcase really puts it all on the floor and stuff. And sometimes at a metal ball, your first routine, you kind of feel awkward and you're like, oh, I wish I can get on the floor again. And showcase is great because you're on the floor 10, 20, 30 times. So the first 5, 10 times, you're like, oh, I didn't feel good about that. But then you have another 10 heats or 20 heats to go. And then you'll get the hang of it. You'll feel comfortable. And then by the end of the day, you'll feel good about yourself. So
I do recommend attending Showcase, even if you're not dancing, just kind of being there and seeing what it's about, because I feel like that could really convince you to do it the next time, and it gives you kind of like a different perspective of like what it's like, and really kind of gets you hyped up for it. And if you're going out there dancing, it is a great thing to kind of build your confidence, your abilities in dance, and just challenge you overall to really go out there and do something you probably never thought you would have done when you walked in through those doors.
Oh yes. This is when you really feel how wonderful it is to be part of the family of Arthur Berry. It is, everybody is wonderful. Dancing people are good people.